the young, and the restless spoilers. The air in Genoa City was thick with anticipation as news spread of an impending arrival that promised to shake the very foundations of its social fabric. John, the reckless son of Jordan and Martin, was making his way to the city, trailing behind his uncle Alan with vengeance on his mind. The recent death of his father had ignited a fire within him, one that burned with the desire for retribution. John's reputation preceded him. Known as a troublemaker and a playboy, he had been a constant source of frustration for his parents. His refusal to settle into a responsible lifestyle had been a point of contention, leading to countless clashes within the family. But now, driven by grief and rage, John's focus was singular and unyielding, to avenge his father's death. Jordan, who had been enduring brutal torment at the hands of Victor Newman, found herself overwhelmed with emotion upon reuniting with her son. The sight of John stirred a desperate hope within her. She pleaded with him, tears streaming down her face, to rescue her from the nightmare she was trapped in. John, known for his audacity and his cadre of loyal but equally reckless friends, contemplated a daring rescue. The idea of breaking his mother out of captivity was as dangerous as it was appealing. The Martin family dynamics were notoriously complex and fraught with tension. Their history was dotted with erratic decisions and volatile emotions. Alan, who had known them for years, understood the depth of their dysfunction better than anyone. He watched with a mix of concern and resignation as John prepared to take matters into his own hands. Meanwhile, Claire, upon encountering John, was taken aback. The memories of her younger brother, whom she had grown up with, came flooding back. Despite the years and the distance, the bond they shared was undeniable. Claire realized the gravity of the situation and the potential chaos that John's presence could bring. She knew that he was not just any troublemaker, he was a force of nature, capable of unpredictable and dangerous actions. Determined to protect her family, Claire decided to warn the Newmans. She knew that John's vendetta could easily spiral out of control and that anyone associated with Victor could become collateral damage. Claire's warning was met with a mix of skepticism and indifference. The seasoned members of the Newman family, with their wealth of experience and hardened exteriors, dismissed the idea that a young troublemaker like John could pose a serious threat. They were confident in their ability to handle whatever came their way. However, Claire's intuition told her otherwise. She understood that John's recklessness, combined with his grief and anger, made him a ticking time bomb. His willingness to go to extreme lengths to achieve his goals set him apart from the usual adversaries the Newmans were accustomed to dealing with. Claire could see the storm brewing on the horizon, and she knew that it was only a matter of time before it hit Genoa City with full force. John's arrival marked the beginning of a turbulent period for the city. His actions, driven by a mixture of love for his mother and hatred for those he blamed for his father's death, were unpredictable and dangerous. The possibility of a violent confrontation loomed large, and the residents of Genoa City could sense the tension building. In the days that followed, John began to gather his resources. His network of friends, loyal to a fault, were ready to assist him in his plans. The city buzzed with rumors of his intentions, each more dramatic and alarming than the last. The idea of a prison break was audacious, but for John, it was a challenge he was willing to accept. The Newmans, despite their initial dismissiveness, began to sense the shifting undercurrents. Victor, ever the strategist, started to make preparations of his own. He was not one to be caught off guard, and the thought of an outsider challenging his authority sparked a fierce determination within him. Adam, too, became more vigilant, understanding that the situation required a careful balance of power and caution. As the tension reached a boiling point, the stage was set for an explosive confrontation. John's arrival was not just a family matter, it was a catalyst for a broader conflict that threatened to engulf Genoa City. The clash between the Newmans and the Martin family was inevitable, and the outcome uncertain. In the midst of the escalating drama, alliances were tested, and loyalties questioned. Claire found herself torn between her love for her brother and her allegiance to the Newmans. Her warning, though initially dismissed, began to resonate with those who understood the true nature of the threat. The city braced itself for the impact, knowing that the days ahead would be anything but calm.